It's 4 months into the new year and you want to learn 3D, but you're probably already in the process of learning. I want to create the kind of art that make people drool in admiration. What if I told you I can show you the fastest way to learn 3D in 2023? Here's a guide on how to do that. There are 5 parts. The first is simple but game changing. The first step to begin with is picking a 3D specialty. This has to be the biggest decision as an artist starting out, and let me explain why this is huge. I've seen so many beginners stuck in tutorial loop, just watching every tutorial that comes their way without deciding the exact direction they are going. There are so many things you can do with 3D. You can be a 3D illustrator, an animator, a hard surface artist, a character artist, or an environmental artist. The list goes on. There are also subspecialties within these major 3D branches. You can pause the video here for a moment to ask yourself these questions and answer honestly. The first one is, what kind of art do you want to create? Well, the second is, what style are you going for? Are you going for a realistic look or a stylized look? If you have the answers to these questions, then good for you, you're on the right track. If you don't, then you can begin researching and experimenting with different specialties. Take your time to find something that resonates with you. Choosing a particular specialty helps you direct your focus into one area and block everything else out. You also have more fun as you observe how you grow and make progress, unless you want to try and be a generalist. Completing these first steps allow you to build experience in a specific category of your choice. You also develop your own style over time as you progress. Let's say you want to become an environmental artist and create stunning scenes. You can either choose to focus on creating realistic environments like The Last of Us, or create stylized environments like that of Genshin Impact. So when you're researching for tutorials and skills to learn, it is easier to find appropriate resources as you already have a clear goal in mind. Don't waste time and energy trying to learn every single thing in 3D. As James Clear said in his book Atomic Habits, every action you take is a vote for the person you wish to become. So focus on one thing and begin working towards it. The next point will be to master the tool. After you've chosen the area you wish to work on, you will want to select your tool of preference. There's a variety of 3D software to choose from the likes of Maya, Blender. Personally, I use Blender
to this day,
Cinema 4D, ZBrush, 3ds Max, and many more. Now that you have chosen a 3D tool, you need to master the tool. And when I say master the tool, I don't mean learning everything about the 3D software. You just need to get familiar with the tools that can help you achieve your 3D goals that you have chosen. All you can do is to hop into YouTube and find tutorials to teach you the basics of using the software you like. You can watch an introductory series on the tool you're using and immerse yourself in the knowledge gained. You just choose a couple of tools to get started on your learning journey and work to get comfortable using them. Again, don't get distracted at this point by just watching those videos thinking you're learning. You have to put in the work. That's why the next step is more important. After you become familiar with the tools you need to practice a lot if you're trying to learn a complex skill like 3D.
Well, duh.
Because you can't just gobble everything up at once. You gotta break down complex processes into chunks that you can solve at that moment. If you're using tutorials as a way to practice, do something else from the tutorial but apply the knowledge you're getting from it into what you're working on. You can do practice exercises tailored towards that specific ability. You can also look for objects that are around you to create. Doing so will give you an insight on how to create it and solve problems that may arise as you progress, and it will also help you create your own workflow in the process. The moment you feel a bit comfortable using the tool, you can begin taking personal projects that you can comprehend and slowly increase the difficulty of these tasks as you progress over time. The purpose of practice is to make you knowledgeable enough to handle your own projects. And Abe does this a lot in his tutorials. It may make you pause the video and try to complete a small task before moving. A hard pill to swallow, but you're going to experience some failures and frustrations. That's why repetition is key in this phase. If you fail at it, try again. Try again until you get it right, and you definitely feel fulfilled when you find the solution to something and master how to handle similar projects or problems when they show up. Spending a minimum of 30 to 50 minutes every day practicing will help you greatly. If you practice things like modeling, texturing, and lighting consistently, you will observe a significant growth in your path to become a 3D artist in your specific field. If you've had the experience of learning or mastering something in 3D, please share your experience in the comment section below. As you're practicing and improving your 3D skills daily, Getting feedback is a way to help you grow as an artist and improve the quality of your art. Avoid having the "it's my art, no one can critique it" mentality. Even experienced artists seek feedback. You can create amazing art and still think something feels off.
Hold up, wait a minute.
Asking others for their opinions and suggestions can help you improve your work. Feedback is simply looking for a fresh perspective of your art from someone else. So, find someone who is ahead of you in the space and send them your work for critique. This particular step has always worked for me. Don't bombard people's DMs demanding their immediate attention. That may leave you ghosted or blocked. You can also post your art on different active communities or group pages on Facebook, Reddit, and ask for feedback. Immediately you ask for it, detach all emotions from the response you may get. I know it will hurt when someone says your art doesn't look good, but listen, ask them why.
Why? Why?
And try the changes they suggest and see if it looks good. Filter the noise from the good stuff. You might also want to take the route of asking friends and family around for their opinion if you're too shy to post your art online. They might provide you with the best feedback from their knowledge at the moment. However, you need genuine feedback that will help you grow and point you in the right direction and not ambiguous statements. I think this is the one a lot of us relate to. A lot of beginners want to start learning 3D today and create the most complex art they can find the next day.
You kidding me?
Learning 3D requires patience. If you think you're patient, 3D is going to make you test your limits. Yeah, we've all been there. You're going to encounter issues and errors that may frustrate you. You'll be asking yourself why this or that isn't working properly. I would say, just enjoy it. You really need to enjoy the process. What I did was take those challenges and treat it like a game where I have to go through all these obstacles and solve those problems to get to the end. Well, I don't think there's ever an end if you want to keep getting better. So yeah, that's how you learn 3D if you are just starting out. If you're using Blender and you like to learn some tips and tricks, check out this video.